On this episode, we're going to talk about Disney, tweets, guns, and little Jumanji. All on this episode of Trend Chat. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of Trend Chat. I'm your host, Brian Bledsoe. And as always, if you want to connect with us on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, it's all the same name, Trend Chat 24/7. And if you want to read some of my articles for Politichicks, just go to politichicks.com/author/Brian Bledsoe. And don't forget about the book, Politichicks: A Clarion Call to Political Activism, which is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Over 300 pages with various articles from the number of contributors like myself of Politichicks, talking on a number of subjects like healthcare, education, religion, social issues, etc. So, so pick that up, please. Not so much in a begging sense. It's just I really do think people will get something out of the book. So, and as the title says, it's about political activism. So, it's someone that's maybe thinking about being more politically active is something I think will be a great resource for you. So, like I said, we're going to talk about Disney, guns, tweets, and Jumanji. I'm trying to think. I think they're all. No, they don't. I was about to say they all kind of connect with President Trump in one way or another, but not really. One thing, I guess let's go to talk about Disney right quick. So, at Disney World, they have this whole exhibit, I guess, or show called the Hall of Presidents. And ever since 1993, they've had the sitting president say a couple of words. I'm just going by, what I'm reading about it, because I don't even think I've been to this, or maybe I have. I just forgotten. I haven't been to Disney World in a very long time. But so ever since '93, they've had the sitting president say a couple of words at the end of the show or whatnot. And so, and before '93, it was just Abraham Lincoln, an actor. Acting as Abraham Lincoln, making his whatever the speech is. So apparently a media outlet made it seem that there was some controversy as far as getting President Trump to lend his voice to the animatronic figure of himself, and that it may not happen, that Disney may not record anything with President Trump. And and that story was retracted recently, and you had someone from Disney that released an article saying that President Trump will be lending his voice soon, and it will be in the Hall of Presidents, just like all the other presidents that ever since '93. So, this became a controversy, mainly, because of Donald Trump, obviously. But I'm not the type of person that tends to make 100% certainty on things. I'm not big on making. Well, I can make predictions, but as far as how confident I am in those predictions, that's what I don't do a lot of those, because life is very unpredictable, and I don't go into things with like 100% certainty. And maybe that might be the reason that would probably keep me from being going any further doing podcasts or just doing anything, because that's kind of the deal. You gotta make bold statements, or you gotta just make something outlandish, so make a statement and just be definitive, even though the statement you might be making can't really even be definitive, but you just gotta say it though. But I'm not that way. So, but in saying all of that, when I saw the news about this whole little deal with Disney and President Trump, when I saw that, he's gonna actually have his voice to this robot, whatever, during this exhibit, first thing that came to my mind, I was like, I can almost guarantee that when this thing goes live, you're gonna see some Facebook videos or just videos in social media of people standing up, like right when the robot of Donald Trump is about to speak. I can just see a whole bunch of videos of people standing up, shouting, just basically having a temper tantrum, except these are adults, not the kids this time, at Disney World. And I could just see it now. I can almost say it's 100%. I can say 99.999% that there's going to be a video out there when this thing goes live. I don't know when it's going to be, but when it does, someone's going to come there, and when they see President Trump come up on the stage or however they do to the exhibit, someone's going to stand up. They're going to be booing, or like I said, shouting, and just, who knows, they might even try to rush the stage. They might be triggered to the point where they might think like, it's just the look of Donald Trump. It's not really him, but that's enough to make him want to rush the stage or something, or just want to drown him out. Basically, I can imagine this happening, and I can see this going on and on and on to the point that I wouldn't be surprised something happens where Disney, would modify maybe modify the show or whatever or something, because I can just see people coming in, day out, shouting, basically ruin the experience for everyone else who is not really caring about none of that. They just want to watch the show. And a show that's been going on with no controversy for years. But now, now that we have President Trump in office, man, we have to make our voice known and resist at all points, even if it's a robot. So that is something where I'm like 99% sure. And another thing I was thinking about, in the past 8 years, I'm pretty sure there was probably you had a couple of people in there that maybe booed when you had Obama up there. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But to the point to where you had controversy now, as far as even if having him put his voice to this robot in the past 8 years, or the people that's been hearing President Obama the past 8 years. I don't know if there's been protests or people just throwing a fit, but I could pretty surely guarantee, almost, like I said, I don't get into this is absolutely going to happen, but I'm about 99% sure it's going to happen. And I just want to put this on record. This is June the 29th, 2017. I want to say it now before it happens, let you know that I was that sure that whatever video comes out, that situation was going to come about. And that's just something that was on my mind when I saw that this morning. So book it. And when it happens, I'm gonna post this episode and say, "Look, I told you it was gonna happen." I just wonder how is it going to happen kind of like how I'm saying it, like where it gets to the point where Disney have to cancel the whole exhibit because people just protesting too much, something like that. So I guess we'll find out. I don't know when it's going live. I'll stay on top of it somewhat. I just maybe Google it and see when it goes live, because I'm kind of interested now just to see what will happen actually. Yeah, it was funny because I did see one of the articles describe Disney as apolitical, or like that, and I kind of well, I didn't kind of I laughed at that. Like, okay, yeah, Disney, I don't consider them apolitical. They definitely have an agenda. They make statements all the time politically. So anyway, that's my Disney take. Now let's get on to these guns. So, matter of fact, I got a couple of I still have these gun effects from when I was at the NRA convention. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. Yeah, we got that. Yeah, I remember you used to play that. So, now I'm going back through these effects. I can kind of picture when they do this whole exhibit in Disney. I'm going back to that right quick. I can just imagine when they see that robot come up there. You might hear a little bit of that from some of these liberals out there, and that might be a grown person doing that. That wouldn't be a kid. They hear President Trump speaking at this exhibit, and you might hear that from a grown man. Is that a baby? No, that's a 30-year-old man over there. Like he was triggered. He saw Robot Trump up there, and he just lost his mind. So, but yeah. So, all right, back to these guns. So, and I guess when I'm talking about guns, there was a ad that Dana Lash did, maybe a couple of months ago for the NRA, and she was just basically pointing out the lies from the left and the violence that goes on, especially when they do these protests or whatnot, and it was nothing. I mean, it was just okay. It was just an ad that pointed that out and saying that we will, we need to, fight with the clenched fist of truth. And I don't know what happened in the past day or so. Maybe it's because the NRA opened a new Facebook page, I think, in the past couple of days. I don't know. Something happened. Maybe someone just stumbled across it. Some liberal stumbled across it and saw it, and once again they got triggered. You know what? I need to find a sound effect for trigger or something, because yeah. So some liberal came across it and saw it and just wrote something saying that this is a call for violence. I'm like, wow. And yeah, so ever since then it kind of blew up to the point to where Dana has to come out and she just came out and spoke about it, and it just makes no sense. When I saw the ad again, I just looked at it again recently, and I'm all for standing up, for our Second Amendment rights, for self-defense and everything. But for someone to see this ad and just think that this is some sort of call of violence is just, one, is dishonest. Because very well, you heard what she said. She said the clenched fist of truth. And so you're being dishonest, and basically it's just ridiculous to even try to make that connection, say that she's calling for violence. And obviously a lot of these progressives are coming out saying that, well, it's a dog whistle or something like that, or coded language or whatever. Whatever. So I know another, I guess you can call him social justice warrior, DeRay, made a statement saying that, well, if I would have said this, I'd be in jail. No, you wouldn't. You would not be in jail. You'd be doing the same old thing you're still doing now. And I would say this, if you did say the same thing, I doubt you would have said the last three words of it. Well, last two words of what she said. You'll be talking about a clenched fist, not of truth, just a clenched fist. You'll be talking about actual physical violence. That's how I would see your message would have been. I mean, it's not like you wouldn't have a problem with violence. So, I mean, you have these riots and protests that are happening, and so quick to want to justify whatever violence happened in those situations. So, yeah, if he would have made that same statement, I doubt he would have said anything about a clenched fist of truth. He would have been talking about a clenched fist. I mean, you see a lot of times people with the, like the Black Power, it's a clenched fist. So the whole resist movement, they're kind of the same thing. So, but yeah, it's not like if I would have said the same thing, I would have been arrested or in jail. Yeah, whatever, man. No, you wouldn't. So, yeah, that's it with our gun segment. So, and yeah, that segment is done. And came across some other things. Apparently, President Trump tweeted some mean things. Yeah, and to the surprise of hopefully no one by now. And yeah, you know what? I actually thought about talking more about this, but I really don't care. Yeah, I don't care. So, I don't know how many of you listening have seen the old movie, Jumanji, with Robin Williams, and I can't remember who else is in that movie. I know Robin Williams was in it. So anyway, they're doing a reboot, and with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and they released the trailer today, which was, when I saw it, it looks pretty good. It's actually, they've changed it a little bit. So in the original Jumanji, well, the one that came out with Robin Williams, so they was playing a board game. Then that's how they got sucked into the world of Jumanji. In the reboot, they play a old Atari video game system, which sucks them into the world of Jumanji. And so it looked pretty good. It's coming out on Christmas. I'm guessing on Christmas Day. And yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that. It's funny. Actually, when I saw Transformers, there was a trailer for, what is the name? It's the now the name of the movie was just in my head, and it just flew out. Time I was about to say something, and oh man, it was, well, someone's gonna hear this, but I'm gonna mention who's in it. Then you're gonna be saying, "Oh, it's this," and I can't remember off the top of my head. And so it's the movie with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, basically playing competing stepdads. And I forget the name of that movie. Anyway, they're doing a second one, and it's coming out this year. And I didn't see the first one actually, but when I saw the trailer for the second one, it just seems like gonna be pretty funny. And now they're adding Mel Gibson and John Lithgow as the dads of Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, and it just looks funny to me. Even though I haven't seen the first one, I just saw that and I'm like, this looks funny, at least. So, but yeah, and I know someone probably is maybe listening right now, like, it's so-and-so, and I still can't remember. I'm not finna beat myself up trying to think of it either. So, well, yeah, you know what? Here we are at 20 minutes. And I've gone through everything that I've thought about, at least today. And you know what? I'm not just going to drag it out just for the sake of dragging it out. Just going to say, well, before, talk about the Founder Project. And I'm just, want you to go to the Founder Project on Facebook. And, well, one bit of news I can tell you about that is that the website is coming up soon, like really soon, like in the next week or two. So So I can say that about the Founder Project. That is new news for every one of you. So, and with that, I'll say again, I appreciate everyone listening in. And it's funny, we're now over 1,200 plays. And I appreciate every single one of them. And I want to say, if you're whoever listening, if you like it, share it, subscribe, like on Spreaker, like on iTunes, like on Google Play, and all over. And just I guess let your friends know if you want to. I mean, this as if you like it. So yep. So I appreciate everyone listening in, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and end it right here. So until Tuesday, hold up. I'm not going to say that just yet, because I'm thinking about actually going live, but not on here. I'm thinking about doing some on Twitter to go on, do a live, I guess, chat or something, and see how that goes. Because last time I did the whole live thing with Facebook and Twitter, Facebook wasn't doing so well, but the Twitter was did okay. I mean, it was a lot more engagement on the Twitter side. So I might just start doing the live streaming. If I'm going to do any sort of live streaming, it's probably going to be through Twitter / Periscope, because they're together. So whenever I post on Twitter, it automatically shows up on Periscope. And so I might do something this weekend on that, just to do a live stream. I don't know, just to try stuff out, I guess. So yeah, I guess I just want to let y'all know about that, just in case I post something saying I'm going to go live. You can come on and say, hey, I heard you on Thursday, and just wanted to come in and, if you had some questions or whatnot. Oh, all right. All that being said, all that for the past 22 minutes. So I appreciate everyone listening. And until Tuesday, we will chat with you later.